Welcome back to the Friday Wrap Crew. The script flipped once again today with a broad rebound that had every sector in the green and small caps roaring back from the brink. Volatility cooled after the week's wild ride, but with choppy dailies and small caps weekly doji candlestick teasing a bottom, next week's got that classic post-pullback tension brewing. You're tuned into the Stock Market Summary Series, and as you guys know, none of this is buying or selling advice. We're just here to provide market commentary and education, but nothing we say here is financial advice. Okay, let's get into it. So today really delivered that relief rally. I mean, we absolutely needed it after the intense volume and that NVIDIA-fueled gap and crush we mentioned last week.
Absolutely. A total reset.
The broad market was green. SPY clawed back 1%. DIA was nearly the same at plus 0.98%. And QQQ, which has been in the spotlight, it sort of settled down about 0.75%.
But here's where it gets really interesting, for me anyway. The small caps. IWM.
Exploding. Yeah.
Exploding is the word. Up 2.83%. That's just massive confirmation energy.
So what does that look like on the chart?
Well, you look at the weekly chart and you see that doji candlestick forming. And it has that long downside wick.
Right.
And for those who might not be familiar, that long wick just means sellers tried to push it down hard, but buyers, they stepped in aggressively.
And brought the price right back up.
Exactly. Brought it to close near the open. So technically, we are looking at a very significant potential bottom signal in what's been a pretty healthy pullback.
And if it holds?
If this holds, it signals risk appetite is coming back to value stocks. And that could, dramatically shift capital flows out of those high-flying growth stocks next week.
A real market shift. And we should not overlook healthcare. It was a standout.
A very strong sector, yep.
Broke clean out of that high base formation we flagged earlier this week. Okay, so let's unpack the key sector technicals, specifically energy, XLE, and real estate, XLRE.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because those charts were looking critical.
They really were. And with XLE, we had been watching for that bearish death hook to confirm on the weekly.
And it did.
Unfortunately for the bulls, today it confirmed. It closed back inside its weekly symmetrical triangle. It's a critical pattern for energy traders to watch.
So XLE confirms bearish. But on the flip side, we saw some defense in real estate, right? XLRE.
We did.
It recovered back above its weekly support trend line in its own symmetrical triangle.
It absolutely signals defense by the bulls. But if you connect this to the bigger picture, this sector ETF is now, I'd say, super tightly coiled.
Ready to release energy.
Exactly. The fact that bulls held that weekly support line is impressive, especially given the overall high rate environment.
But doesn't that high rate situation sort of suggest that coil is more likely to spring down than up when it finally breaks?
That's a really important question. And it's exactly why pattern spotting combined with just solid risk management is everything.
Right.
You have to follow bulletproof rules like setting proper stop losses, avoiding those emotional exits. Because when these coiled assets release, they move fast. That level of disciplined pattern spotting, that's exactly the kind of depth we focus on teaching in the Grok Trade Mentorship program.
And as always, guys, if you've got a stock you're watching or a question about the markets, drop it in the comments. We might cover it in an upcoming episode. And, by the way, if you're enjoying this video and appreciate these market summaries, do us a big favor and hit that like button. It's totally free and helps us out in a big way. And click subscribe, too, so you don't miss a beat. You can always unsubscribe later. Okay, shifting to the macro view. It was a pretty quiet day today.
Very quiet.
Which meant the tape was technically driven, fueled mostly by those Fed rate cut whispers.
Right, just whispers.
We also saw Fannie Mae's November outlook drop, showing steady GDP and housing forecasts. But what stands out is just the sheer technical nature of today's move.
Exactly. When the market moves primarily on whispers, it just means it's running on hope, not data.
And that adds risk?
It introduces a lot of volatility risk if next week's inflation reports contradict those expectations. Meanwhile, on the crypto front, Bitcoin, it extended its plunge, dipped 1.9%. Our volume maps are just screaming capitulatory selling.
Capitulatory selling. So what does that actually look like on the chart?
It's painful, but it's textbook. BTC bounced just above that 80K ledge, but that long downside wick on big volume. That's a classic sign of leverage dives getting completely flushed out.
So the weak hands are forced out.
They are. A bottom isn't etched in stone yet, but those exhaustion clues are starting to appear. It's similar to the major shakeouts we saw back in 2021.
And what about metals?
Surprisingly, they showed some relative strength. GLD slipped a little, but stayed in its range. And SLV, it eased about 1%. It held resiliently inside that symmetrical triangle we've been tracking.
showing its appeal as a safe haven asset.
It really is.
So to wrap up the week, what does this all mean? We saw some major technical lessons today. IWM's doji, the confirmed death hook in XLE, and BTC's capitulation probe.
Yeah.
The recurring lesson here is that understanding these patterns and then applying, rigorous risk management, that's paramount to compounding wins.
It is, and this really raises an important question as you plan your risk for next week. Does XLE's confirmed death hook ignite the energy sector tumble, bringing the bears out in full force? Or will the chop keep them at bay for just one more round?
That is the tension brewing as we head into the weekend. Have a great one, everybody. Stay safe, and be sure to tune in Monday for the Fresh Market Breakdown.